Hi guys, this is Bix Weir with your Horn of Zeese for March 21st, 2017. Horn of Zeese is a name in Bootling. It means cup of coffee. It's a place I like to go. I've got some friends up there. This is in Northern California. They invented their own language. It's really cool. Um, but Horn of Zeese is cup of coffee, meaning we're going to go over some of the highlights of what's going on in the world in the mornings. And I don't want to make this too long. Last time it was a bit too long, but I got excited because there's so much to talk about these days. So we're going to go down zero hedge, go point to point, and I'll let you know my take on what's going on from the perspective of the road to Roota Theory. First, we got OPEC. Lost the war against shale in one chart. OPEC was designed and created by Henry Kissinger in the 1970s to run and control the petrodollar. Since we went off the gold standard, they had to use something to back the currency, so they decided to use the petrodollar, which forced OPEC nations to trade oil in only dollars. No other currencies. If anybody tried to trade oil in another currency, we'd basically go to war with them. That's how bad it was. And this is a Kissinger idea. It's part of the Road to Roota too. If you read the comics, it's the black tears in the Road to Roota that had to be planted to grow the new flowers. But the petrodollar has killed many people. Horrible, horrible thing for humanity, but it created artificial demand for the US dollar around the world in the trillions of dollars. So it had to be done according to the powers that be within the United States to keep the system going. Oil pump and dump after Russia mentions production cut. Big deal. Oil is, like all other assets, determined by computers and derivatives. It's got nothing to do with how much oil is added or lost to the equation. It's all computers and derivatives run out of the basement of the Fed and the U.S. Treasury. Preet Bharara. I can't even say his name. I've seen his name. Preet Bharara. Anyway, this is the U.S. Attorney General in, where is he? He's in New York. He's not the Attorney General. He's a district attorney in New York. Criminal, beyond criminal. He has been letting the criminals get away with their crimes since he's been in New York. New York is the most criminal infested place in the world, and he's in charge of overseeing, actually protecting people like the Clintons and the JP Morgans of the world. Criminal. Trump fired all the district attorneys, not all of them, 42 of them, and he wouldn't go. So, Trump asked him to step down. He wouldn't go, so Trump just fired him. This guy belongs in jail. He probably will be one of those going to jail when the truth comes out about what was going on in our world. Investors admit stocks are the most overvalued since 2000. Rush to buy them anyway. Well, here's the question. Are these investors rushing to buy stocks? People buy stocks because they are going up and they want to get in on the bandwagon. People sell stocks because they're going down and they want to get out of the bandwagon. So when stocks go up, investors rush in. But why do stocks go up in the first place? Because the Fed and the Treasury are buying them every single day. Every single day they are buying the dips. They're buying to force the stock market up. It has to do with Larry Summers' behavioral economics theory, which if you pretend that the stock market is great and the economy is great, the economic system will flourish because people will start spending because they think things are going well. Behavioral economics works until the day it doesn't. On the day it doesn't, everything corrects to where it should be. So that's what we're in for, a correction to where it should be, which is going to be really, really ugly. If the Dow and the stock markets stay in business during the banking crash, I expect the Dow to go down to 5,000, so 75% loss. Just to get back to normal, and then start from there. If we recreate the monetary system with something new, we'll see what happens. The dollar drops most in 2 years, unchanged since March 2015. Oh boy, ridiculous! Computers and derivatives. How many times do I have to say it? The U.S. dollar, the Fed can print all it wants. It doesn't really matter. They can control the value of the dollar with computers and derivatives. There's so many derivatives on the U.S. dollar and all unbacked fiat currency, and it's very simple to rig the markets with unlimited derivatives that you can throw at it. And that's exactly what they do. Gorsuch is taking the stand. This is the Republican nominee for the Supreme Court. I think it's pretty important that he gets in. Trump wants him in there before he lets the system go, because there'll be a lot of challenges to the law that will rise to the Supreme Court when Trump starts taking down these bad guys in a more open and public way. And that's right around the corner, I believe. So once Gorsuch gets in, which I do think he will get in, it probably won't be the Democrats that allow it. They're probably going to have to change the rules, but I think they will fairly quickly and get him in, because we need him in place to root out the bad guys in the United States, and they got to go. U.S. bans laptops, iPads, anything bigger than a cell phone on flights from 8 majority Muslim countries. This is not about religion per se. This is about protecting the United States from the bad guys. The bad guys want to open our borders like they did in Germany to destroy the culture, to destroy the home feel of where you live. And it's very, very, very difficult when you open your borders to get any kind of nationalism going. They don't want nationalism. Nationalism would destroy the socialistic ideas of these bad guys to get everybody into a one world government. Nationalism is the anti-Clinton, anti-Soros, anti-Kissinger panacea. I mean, nationalism will destroy the plans that they had for us. And that's exactly what's happening. So, yes, keeping people out of the United States who don't believe in our ideals, whatever those ideals may be, it is important. It's not about the PC, oh, we must be kind to everybody. We can be kind to everybody and at the same time stop what they're trying to do to our country. If you look at Germany, they're running away from Germany because Merkel opened the borders and Germany is being destroyed from within right now. A lot of the wealthier people within Germany are moving to South America. And I've heard it from many, many different areas. They're getting out of Germany. Probably a good thing with the coming ice age problems that Europe's going to have. But it is just, it's so sad to watch it happen in Europe. And they were trying to do it to the United States. Obama not only opened the borders free to everyone, he would ship them in secretly and without any vetting at all. They didn't want to vet anybody. They wanted the troublemakers in the United States. That's what Trump is trying to stop. As for the Mexico border, I think all Mexicans, people from Mexico, illegal immigrants, or people originally from Mexico are going to want to go back to Mexico when they release the silver price from manipulation. Mexico will be one of the richest countries in the world. Mexico will want to build the wall because people in America are going to be rushing to try to get into Mexico to participate in the wealth of the silver market down there. So that's kind of, I know people don't believe, they think Trump just wants people out because they're illegal immigrants or because they're Mexican. That's not the case. I don't think at all. He's trying to protect the United States of America, but also the people of Mexico know what's going on now. Hopefully. I mean, I went down to Mexico and made a presentation on silver, and one of the biggest things I said in the end was, what are you people doing? You have one of the best forms of money and absolutely the best commodity needed for the future in silver, and you give away 70% of your silver. You are insane to do that. You should hold on to your silver, not export anything like China's doing, and drive the price up, buying the electronic futures and options, play their game and destroy the manipulators to let silver go to where it should be, $3,000-$4,000 an ounce. and that's no joke. Once the COMEX shut down and the LBMA shuts down, that's where silver's going to go. And Mexico will be one of the richest countries in the world, and everybody will flood back into Mexico. Problem solved. Anyway, moving on. Remember, I was going to do this fast. Apple launches red iPhone 7. Interesting. I think at some point Apple will install the 21 Inc Bitcoin mining chip on every single phone that they put out, so that every phone will be a Bitcoin miner. And obviously, it'll be little micro bits of Bitcoin, but it will give everybody the ability to transact business on their phone when the banking system falls apart. So keep an eye out for that. It will be a very big Apple announcement that they have installed the Bitcoin mining chip on every single iPhone. And what would that do for Apple's business? Everybody would be running to get it because the economic system's falling apart. The banks are falling apart. Their credit cards and debit cards aren't working. Hey, I got an iPhone. I can transact business with Bitcoin. Unbelievable solution to this looming issue. Current account deficit beats by 8 standard deviations. Shrinks to smallest in 18 months. It's all rigged. The numbers aren't real. There are no real numbers. North Korea, this is the bad guys' last chance at starting World War III. They're trying their best. I don't think it'll work because the good guys are in charge, but you're gonna hear a lot more about that stuff. That's it. I said I'm gonna keep it short. That's it. Now, go, if you aren't a member of the Road to Roota free email list, go to roadtoruta.com, put your email in, you get a free book, Silver, Gold, Bitcoin, and God, about all this fun stuff that we like to talk about and listen to. So go to roadtoruta.com, sign up for the free book, and there's other books at roadtoruta.com. Go to Roota's general store right at the top of the page, and I have 4 books plus Special Report 2017, the World in 2017 report, really interesting, on the Economist magazine. The tarot card that is on the this year's edition is unbelievable story about the transition we're going through, how the system's going to fall apart. Trump will be seen as the good guy because of all these truths that'll come out. Trump is just waiting on dropping these truth bombs about wiretapping and the Clinton Foundation and the cheating and the pedophile problems and Pizzagate, and it goes back to the birth certificate of Obama, and he's going to be proven true that is actually what is correct. Obama wasn't born in the United States, I'm sorry to tell you. So all this stuff, when this stuff comes out, the majority of the United States, the vast majority, will be thanking Trump for what he did and how he did it. But until that happens, half the country's going to hate him, half the world's going to hate him. But when it does happen, 99.9% of people will say, "Oh my God, he did it. He took down these bad guys. We didn't even know they were destroying our lives." So look forward to that. And this is Bix Weir, roadtoruta.com. Make sure you subscribe to the video section too, because I got a lot of videos coming out, and hopefully we can do this almost daily, not always. But remember, Horn of Zeese. Horn of Zeese means cup of coffee. This is your morning cup of coffee. Have a nice day.